Brian, we are back for part 2 of our 2-part series.
Exactly. 2-part series on why Brian talks too much.
Brian talks I thought I talk a lot. Nah, Brian, you actually, you know what? You educated me. And you helped my viewers get a perspective of some things that perhaps they didn't know. So it wasn't just talking. You actually had substance. You had some things going on there. I mean, truthfully, honestly, I mean, you really did.
Yeah.
So let's just pick up where we were earlier. We were only on panel 2 of 11, which is
terrible. I'm going to try to go faster for everyone's sake.
All right, so I'm going to pull this up. You know what? If I see something you really get into, I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to be like, okay, he's too excited. He can't handle his own stuff, man. And by the way, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I was just imagining, I can't shake him. I can't shake him.
Yeah, you just can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know what you're referencing, but here's the thing. Yeah. So Brian is doing this interview here with me. We're trying to get through some of the product. We've gotten off topic a little bit, enjoyed ourselves. I appreciate you, Brian, for coming on. I know San Diego Comic-Con is a few days away. When you finish with this is it, right? You're not coming back to work.
I'm not coming back to work. You are correct.
You're off to SDCC.
That is correct.
All right. Remember that, folks. He's doing this for us.
I'm putting in the midnight oil for you, Billy.
Thank you very much, man. You call me Billy Nichols last time. I don't know what was the reference for that.
Sorry, Billy Nichols is another Billy I know.
You said Billy Nichols. This is the Billy Nichols show. I was like, what is he? This was like at Joe Fest, I believe. Yeah, it was
at Joe Fest. I think. No, Billy. I'll tell you who Billy is later.
All right, we'll worry about that later. All right, so we're going.
Billy's a good dude, though. Really good.
I'm going to show you a picture.
Okay.
Don't freak out and go for a half hour. Just look at it. Tell me what it is. Boom, we're on to the next one. I'm about to start working you here, man. I got HR. Look, HR called. They said you're being like you're okay. Let's just do it. You ready?
All right.
I'm scared to show you anything. I don't know. All right, here we go.
Mommy boy. Boy. The idea here is we're like Mommy Boy if it was a Japanese baseball team.
All right, done. All right. So jersey shirt, is it a regular t-shirt? No, it's not a different material.
It's a regular t-shirt. It's not a jersey shirt. But yeah, you'd have the name across the back, but this time it's in Japanese. He's number 7. Got wrapped in mummies. Looks great.
It actually looks fantastic. We got a little wind in his hair going on here. His wrap.
It's not really hair, it's his bandages.
It's his wrap. Yeah, that's why I said his wrap. He's got a little wind in his wrap. Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. All right.
Got the Pac-Man eyes.
Now, this one. We'll have to touch on this just for a second. We do have to touch on this. Can you explain it? This is an iconic. Look, I don't know much about Godzilla and is it Jaguar? Who is this?
That's Jet Jaguar. You are correct.
Okay, so
after a fierce battle with many monsters, finally Godzilla, with the aid of Jet Jaguar, have defeated him. Afterwards, they walk up and they shake hands. So this is new tooling of arms for both Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, so they can shake hands. And then the diorama box is sort of like the scene from the movie. And then the outside box, that crazy colored pattern, is from the credits and everything in the movie.
Fantastic. So new sculpt going on here with the arms.
New sculpt of the arms on both figures.
See, I don't know. I've never even seen the old movies. Are they worth watching, the old school movies?
They're super fun. I mean, if you're looking for, drama or whatever, like, look, I'm coming to watch a movie with a guy in a bunch of zippered rubber suits fight each other. And if you can jump into that, you'll have a ball.
Okay.
But if you're like, oh, I can see this, or I can see a wire holding
if you're nitpicking. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to let yourself go and enjoy the camp, and you'll have a wonderful time.
Okay.
Especially these middle era movies.
All right.
Have you seen Godzilla -1?
I've seen more recent stuff. I haven't seen anything that's
the one that came out earlier, that came out late last year. Came out at the end of last year. It's on streaming now.
No, the last one I saw, the first one I saw, and the last one was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's been
okay. It's on streaming. You can look it up right now. It's the newest Godzilla movie out of Japan called -1, and it's sort of sort of a prequel to the 54 retelling of Godzilla origin, whatever.
Okay.
It's an amazing movie that happens to have a giant monster in it. You will absolutely love it.
All right. I'll watch it.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't do much TV. I'll watch it. I'll say this. I'll probably be ashamed. I watch Thundercats every single night. So like,
That's not weird to me.
Well, I beat them DVDs up, man. I got them in 2004 and 2005 as they came out, and they have just been. I don't know how the laser hasn't gone through the disc yet, but I watched him religiously. So I can take time to put that aside to learn something new. I'll get into the Godzilla. I'll check it out.
I think you'll have a great time with -1.
All right, -1. I'll check that out.
So you remember earlier we talked about Hedorah the Smog Monster.
We did.
And how this is the color of the Japanese bullmark toy.
Okay.
This is. There is a very rare variant of this toy that was made and exported only to Hawaii, right as Bullmark was going out of business. And that rare paint variant is pink vinyl with metallic blue, red, and the orange on the face. And the pupils are painted round instead of vertical. So this is a repaint of our Hedorah figure that we made for the line, but in Hawaii 1974 colors.
Okay. That's dope, man. It looks good. And the card back now, is this going to be exclusive as well, or do you do your reaction?
The whole line looks like that.
Like that? Okay, cool. All right. And
Hedorah the Smog Monster once again. So in the movie, he's pollution. And so at one point he gets on top of these smokestacks and just starts breathing and eating it in and getting gigantic. So this is an illustration of Hedorah the Smog Monster getting bigger.
It's a good looking shirt, actually, man. It's too bad you don't. I think we discussed this about sizes. We won't get into that.
Not today.
Well, not today. All right. Now here,
fast.
We're just moving. So
we're just moving. So with Toho, over with the course of the figures, we remake the main figure at some point in glow usually for a special event, a convention, anything else. So we're slowly working through the whole line in glow. They have these different Japanese language die cut card backs and glow in the dark. So we've done, I think, 10 figures so far in glow. These are the next two. So it's Baragon and Anguirus.
Okay. All right. Is it a 2-pack or is it they sold separately?
Singles.
Okay. All right. All right. What we got here? Now this one's cool.
You know the reference?
Well, walking through the city, I guess when he's destroying Tokyo. I don't know. I mean, I haven't.
The first American-made Godzilla toy, if you will, is the Aurora model kit in the 1960s. You could get the Mysterian's gun and some other stuff earlier, but it's the 1960s Aurora Godzilla model kit, scaled down to 3 3/4, but as a fully opposable figure. And then you can take him off the diorama base that was on the original model kit. And then the box that it's coming in is a throwback to the original Aurora box.
Yeah, see, so just so everyone knows, the reason I'm looking over here, I have another large screen so I can see everything. But so earlier when I looked at this before we spoke, I was wondering, I was like, why does it look like jagged or like old model material? See, you learn something new every day. That's the thing. It references something. Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's not
even a reference. That's a straight up, like, we took the old one
and you scaled it down.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's not a reference. Correct. My apologies. So is this going to be in the box like the miniature, with the shooting hand? Is it going to be in that?
Yeah, it's a box. It's a box like that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, cool.
So it's kind of like you've got to scale down the box.
There you go. Shogun.
Right. So that's the Shogun Godzilla at in our ultimate scale at 9-inch. So long story short, Jumbo, all the Shogun warriors that you know of that came to the States, those are all different actual TV shows in Japan, but they're all made by Popey. Popey made a Godzilla in Japan, but Mattel did not bring that Godzilla over. They instead made their own Godzilla sculpt. So the Godzilla sculpt that we got for Shogun Warriors is unique to America.
Is that the one with the shooting hand and the tongue that comes out, the shooting hand? Okay.
Exactly. Now, Popey made a green Jumbo Godzilla that didn't come over, but their regular line of figures that came out, the vinyl figures that came out, this was the paint job of the Popey figures from that time frame. So this is the American Shogun Godzilla, but painted to match the Popey Godzilla toys of that time.
That's cool, man. So this has been made. It's just that you went from the green to the red version.
Yes.
To produce
we
for
did
the
a
American,
green one. We
the
did
American
a glow
version.
one. Yeah. So this version is the Popey tribute colors.
Okay. But so I understand. So Mattel. So when everything was brought to America. So when I see the green one, that's Mattel version. Is that what that's
the Mattel version? Yes.
Okay. Because I saw one at I saw 2 or 3 at Joe Fest or whatever. Yeah. When they had them, one guy bought one and fist still worked and the tongue and everything. The
thing on the lever on the back is always
intact.
the first
Yeah,
thing to break.
intact.
Yeah.
I think he paid like $350. It's a good deal. He said it was a good deal.
That's a good deal for a loose one without a broken lever.
It was loose, no box or anything. Yeah.
That's a good price for a loose one without a broken lever.
So the red one wouldn't have been produced in that Mattel style, though.
So two different things. So you have of the 24-inch tall one. There is a different sculpt in Japan that's 24 inches tall, and it is green as well.
Right.
But the vinyls that came out, which were more like 8 inches tall, those were red, black, silver for whatever reason. They didn't make it in green. Well, they made some of them in green. There's a bunch, but so what we're saying is this size from the American thing is now painted the same color as the Popey parallel that was made in Japan.
Gotcha. And this is an SDCC.
And if you don't get that story, it just looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome anyways, but it's an SDCC piece though.
Yes.
Okay. So this is your shot, you get it. And
yeah, exactly.
All right. We're moving along here, man. I really appreciate this. Look, right there, it says it. Vintage red. See, I could have came down a little bit and saw that. And by the way, I like the tiles, how they flip. You got going on for the release. We hit this a minute ago, well, a while ago for a second. So it's no longer, well, you said, so TNC, this is Town and Country Surf Shop, or Surf anyways, which was on the video game for the NES, people are most probably familiar with.
Yeah.
This, go ahead and give me the story on this one.
Well, so originally, it was TNC, Town and Country, and they were a clothing company that was just hugely popular throughout the 80s. And then they did make an NES game that was actually very popular as well. So nowadays, there's the company that owns TNC, and then there's the original creators of all these characters that own all the crew, the Thriller crew. Okay. So we're licensing Thriller Gorilla from the Thriller crew and making him.
All right. It's a dope card bag, man. Looks good.
Die cut surfboard.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, what we got up next here? Let's see. Oh, I know what this is. Comic version.
So we made a figure year and a half, 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Was it 2 years? A while back, featuring Silent Interlude issue 21 from the G.I. Joe comic book line. And it was super, super popular. And we get asked a lot about that when we're going to make others, what we're going to do. So we've been going back and forth on like, how do we figure out another way into this sort of iconic moment that doesn't feel, whack, for lack of a better term. And we were able to get this artwork, which is the black and white pre-production, non-colored up artwork. So you can see all the paste ups, registration marks, notes on it and everything.
Yeah.
And like, let's make a version of that. And we'll make a version of Snake Eyes that matches this cover. And that's what we'll do. So that's a way to get back into that for all the people that have been asking, like, I want more of this specifically.
Right. And I want to go back real quick, just so people know, I mentioned this earlier, people who don't watch, sometimes they watch a little bit and they leave, but Brian has stated in the past, and typically an SDCC piece, SDCC, should be something that you do not need. but that you want, or you want to add to your collection, or something that it's not a necessity.
Right.
You don't necessarily, he's going to make sure you don't miss out on something in the line if you're collecting it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to,
something special, something different and unique. But if you don't get it, you're not incomplete.
right. You're not missing the actual line, how it's dropping, how it's coming out. So this is something that really is cool and gives a unique perspective and shows like little notes on here. I like the San Diego 88. It's a cool piece, man. It's a cool piece. All right. So Cobra Mortal. Now this is an overseas piece, or is this South America? What
Argentinian.
Okay. South America. Okay.
Yeah. So they made a number of characters in Argentina with recoloring and kind of using different parts. Is new characters with new names. So at Joe Fest, we had reaction figures of both Cobra Mortal and Glenda, which are both South America. And then here is Cobra Mortal as an ultimate. I mean, it's basically Snake Eyes repaint, but how cool is Cobra Mortal? And, you know, same thing. If you want a vintage Cobra Mortal, you're going to be spending, you know, $1,000, $2,000 to get one. Like, they're not cheap. They're not expensive. They're not
readily available.
Yeah. And you got to find one for sale first, which is even harder.
Right.
So, you know, so how do we make something cool and special around that without, I don't want to remake the old one because the old one has already been made, but here's something you've never been able to have. So we're going to make it within G.I. Joe. But the reality is within the core of the line, Cobra Mortal is still a repaint of a Snake Eyes.
All right. It looks good. It looks great, man. I like the fact that you went outside of the country. I like when you do that. I have the window boxes for like the Motu stuff, the Japanese boxes, the Del Universo, you know, South America. That's
that Mexico Letty stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I think, you know, we get lost so much because America is so much of the birthplace of all this pop culture, is that's the history of it. And the reality is you grew up as a, you know, I'm just going to make it up. You're an 8-year-old kid. You got your first G.I. Joe. You bought them till you were 13 and you love them. That same experience is just as valid, but happened to people all over the globe. But the product that they were experiencing is different than what you were experiencing. So that product is, although you don't see it, is just as valid as the product you got here. And so I'm very much like, no, all of it is part of G.I. Joe. And very rarely do people talk about all this other stuff that happened everywhere else. Right. But when you meet those collectors from those places, like, I'll use the Los Amos versions of Masters of the Universe. Like when we did the first unboxing convention in Mexico City, we went down there and we had, you know, our figures, and there was a line that started the night before the convention. People came overnight to get it. And we were like, what's going on? So we go to Mexico. Mexico's right next door, people, but Star Wars is not a big deal in Mexico. Transformers is okay. Like, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then I can't remember what was second, but like third on the list is Motu. Motu is pervasive in Mexico in a way that you can't even imagine it is pervasive here. Wow. It is so much more. So when we went back the next year, we said, oh, this has so much more meaning to these people. And their version of Motu is not blister card on card. It's in a box because they were in a box so people couldn't steal them.
Right.
So we repackaged our Motu figure in Los Amos boxes for unboxing and took them to Mexico. The level of emotion that people brought to buying those, like the fact that we were basically saying your history and your love of the brand is as valid as this.
Right.
Like literally they were like, no one has ever told us that our product is of equal importance to your product. And I'm like, how can it not be?
Right.
And, and I'm not trying to sound, pat me on the back for it, but it's just like, you don't, we get so caught up in America only that there's so much more that's so exciting. Just because you didn't have it doesn't mean the guy next to you didn't. And he had it, and it was amazing. And I want to bring all of it in. I want you to. So if we're throwing a GI Joe party, like we were just at Joe Fest, and there were guys from England, and there were guys from Ireland,
everywhere,
everywhere, and you're like, oh my God, this is so much bigger than I could ever have imagined. Like, everybody come in. I want to throw a party where everybody comes in to hang out.
Hold on, Brian.
Hold on. There it is.
I'm about to edit that out, probably. Too fat.
No.
But yeah, man. So I've got all of them, but yeah, it's this box. I mean,
same
you
thing.
Can see the level of detail in that. And then right behind me, right there,
Japanese.
Yeah. So,
which only a couple are even known to exist.
I've never even seen one. I've never seen one in person.
My friend Luis has one.
Oh, yeah. Love it. But anyway, so just for reference, when he's talking about the boxes, this is what he's talking about.
How cool is that?
The Los Amos. I mean, I bought them all.
We were talking about that with GI Joe. The Mexican GI Joes come in little window boxes. They didn't come on cards. They're little flap window boxes with the artwork on the flap. They're so cool.
Are we going to see some of that?
I don't know.
The O-rings, we could, dude. I know you can do a lot of stuff. We're getting off track here.
Let's get back to it. All
right, SDCC. My apologies. That's my fault, y'all. Okay, I got overzealous there.
We all got overzealous.
All right. Definitely. So Zartan here. All right, what's going on? So go ahead.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to go in.
I was saying what's going on. I know what's going on, but for people watching, you can just throw it out real quick.
When we first started designing the Zartan Ultimate, you start throwing everything into the soup that you want to see. And quite frankly, there was just way, way, way too much. And we're like, all right, what are people really looking for in Zartan? You want that figure that looks like it walked off the show. These are the weapons. These are accessories. These are the things that really, in that, it means that then you pull a lot of things off and you don't make it. So for me, though, there's that really great moment in the beginning where you don't know who Zartan is. He's just this mysterious robed figure. He's playing the flute. The snake screen comes up out of the basket. Then he goes up to the secret hideout and the snakes come out of the ground, like before he takes off the robe and becomes Zartan. And I was like, there's a whole bunch of accessories that we put together with that. Then we can make that moment of Zartan, where the main line has Zartan, but here's this moment of Zartan.
That's great, dude. Very creative, man. Very creative. There's more in this slide, though. So hold on. Wait a minute. We already went over this earlier, but we can expect more of this. Obviously, this is the bloody war paint Conan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that you're open to more of your IPs for a 5.5.
Yep.
I would love to see it. I know everybody's into articulation. Everybody loves it. Once I open a figure and I put it up, I don't touch it again.
Yeah.
Like, this for me is more my style, but I like the Thundercat style, but 5.5 works, man.
5.5 works. It's like,
it works.
Makes complete sense.
And these are, again, just to reiterate from earlier, these are going to be in stock at SDCC.
Yes.
Pop up, or are they going to be at the convention?
Convention.
Okay. Do you have the price point on these roughly? Do you know?
I can't remember.
All right.
It's been too long.
Too long, man. That means you're way ahead. Way ahead.
Oh, I'm working on 2026 right now.
Well, I got something I want to show you for 2025.
Well, we'll just.
All right,
2025 is too late.
Dude, all right. This is fantastic right here.
Yeah.
This is a money shot. I'm serious. I mean, I could make it smaller to fit in the screen, but we don't need to do that. Whoever came up with this deserves a pat on the back, because let me tell you, coming as and this is not the best part. Well, it's the best part, but the chase, so to speak. This Willy Wonka and the chocolate bar with the reaction figure, and that's not even the best part. It's great. But
so the idea was, we wanted to do something with Willy Wonka at San Diego, and we're like, all right, what do we do? And I'm like, let's package him, in the candy bar. All right, well,
Brian,
we have to make it a box.
Brian,
what?
Hold on. I have just look real quick. I know you've seen it, but you're on 2026. You've forgotten.
I've not forgotten.
All right, we'll go.
But I'm telling you how we got there.
Gosh.
So how we got there was, we'll make Willy Wonka in a chocolate bar. And I'm thinking it's a painted Willy Wonka, but you can pull him out of the chocolate bar. And then we're like, what if we made him unpainted brown like chocolate? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what if we made the blister look like the chocolate bar? Yeah. Oh, okay. And then we were like, what if we made it to where there was actually golden tickets inside? So there's literally like random ones will have a golden ticket with a gold figure. You don't know where or when.
This is where, so here's the chocolate one. Here's the golden one, but there's no golden ticket on here. So
there is a golden ticket. If you look on social.
Well, I'm going to go there. We're going to dock a point. Whoever's in charge of this square didn't put the golden ticket, but hold on. It has a golden ticket. I have to, we got to, hold on. Just bear with me, folks. My apologies. I should have been on top of this. It's just so much stuff. I mean, I told you, you're taking over. I don't know. Here we go. Let's see if is it here? Is it a little video? Let's see. Hold on. Nope, it's not here either. But there's a golden ticket, and it looks like the authentic, real deal.
Yeah, the video stuff is probably in Reels. Yeah. It's probably not in here.
Good point. See, that's what you're on top of stuff. You're the man. Where is it? It ain't this far down. It's in here somewhere, but there is a golden ticket.
There it is. It's the second one.
Right here. That's it. See? I just want to make sure you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Chocolate bar.
All chocolate. It's fantastic. Come on. Let's see it. I got a golden ticket.
Yeah.
That's great. That is fantastic, man. Hats off to you, brother.
That was the whole team. That's the whole team working on that. That's not just me.
Hats off to the whole team. I just, Super7 and whole. Just it's great. I don't know. You call me whatever you want to call me. I love it. I'm on board. Now what do you have odds? Is it like the case?
I don't know. I don't remember what the odds are, but there's only 200 golden tickets. Normally we don't, I really hate that we even told people how many golden tickets there were, because normally, because it creates a false expectation. Now there's a value associated with it. So if I were to make something and say I only made 350, people go, oh, that's easy to get. I want the thing that only has 200. It's like, I don't want to tell you ever how many I make. I just made it. And either you like it or you don't. And the secondary market and collectors will determine if it's rare or not. If I make only 10 of something, but it's a dog turd and no one wants it, it's not rare. No one wants it.
Right.
So I kind of dislike that. Not kind of. I actually dislike that we told people, but I think they told people how many they were, so people weren't going like, "Oh shit, there's only 5."
Yeah, and it's because you don't want to be like the movie and be like, oh damn, I've got to buy. I'm screwed. I'm not going to get one.
I'm never going to get one. It's like, no, there's a chance you might get one.
Well, that's cool, man. That's very creative. I love it. I love that. It's great. Yeah. So
shout out to the crew.
Shout out to the whole crew. The whole crew holding that down. That's one more time. Look at that. Beautiful. Golden ticket, man.
The blister's my favorite part of that.
It's great. All right. What we got here? All right. So wax packs.
Wax packs.
All right.
What would Peanuts cards have looked like had they come out in the 50s?
Yeah, I was going to say they're definitely different.
Yeah, it's early years of Peanuts when they had the big heads and everything. So
Are they
we're go ahead.
are they by the box, by the pack? How are they? How do they come?
Both.
Can you purchase them?
You can purchase by the pack or you can purchase by the box.
Okay, cool, man. All right.
But
Uh-oh.
I think that's all of the way we feel. Like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm completely annihilated.
Oh Lord. That's a nice t-shirt actually though. And I'm fine.
Nope,
I mean, I
I'm
don't know
fine.
if I'm fine, but
It's a big difference between fine and I'm fine and I'm fine.
look, so peppermint patty t-shirt, and I like the fact what was the reason for green? What'd you go green for? Like
Her shirt is green.
her shirt's green? Is that why you
Yeah.
did her? I know her shirt, but is that why you went with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So just did her basically in the drawing and her shirt fills in with a green and
Yeah.
covers that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's on
Now,
brand.
but the reason why I'm asking, because I know she wears a green shirt, but is that going to be exclusive only? Or are you going to carry this after the con? People can get this. It sells
It'll
out.
probably most of the time the apparel we continue, we debut it all at San Diego.
Okay.
If something's selling really well on the apparel side, we'll usually make it again. We won't,
Okay.
All
right.
Woodstock
What's
on a skateboard. Can't beat
that?
that.
Did I skip one?
No.
Oh, I thought you said skip one. Okay.
No, I said Woodstock on a skateboard.
Skateboard. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Gotcha. Yeah, man. All right. We're moving along here. Now, I remember this. This is like a little car, like a little plastic. It was like for kids. Am I wrong on that?
Well, there was a little play set that snapped together with like cardboard inserts for the buildings that was modular that they made. But they didn't really make a whole lot of other stuff for.
No, I don't remember seeing any of this other stuff you have on the t-shirt. That's
all in the books.
books. Okay.
Yeah, all in the books. There's the pickle car and the banana car are probably just as well known, if not more well known, than the apple car. Lowly Worm drives the apple car. Mr. Frumble's usually in the pickle car. Bananas Gorilla in the banana car. But some of these, even for me, like I had never seen the alligator car before, but how awesome is that alligator car?
Pretty great.
Yeah, but like, you got Officer Murphy on his motorcycle down there at the bottom. Like all the cars were always, I just loved looking at the drawings and seeing all of them in there. Busy Town was so much fun.
You know what you need to make? You need to make big wheels again.
Big wheels?
Yeah. You need to do a big wheel.
Somebody makes those.
Yeah, but you need to do that with licensing though.
Man,
man.
It's a great idea for you to execute.
All right. I'll be right on it.
All right.
And I love the Super Grover here. Super7 logo. The shirt color is fantastic. Didn't you do a
supersized Super Grover?
Yeah.
And then you can totally make the helmet fall down and cover his eyes.
Cover his eyes?
Yeah.
That's dope, dude. All right, we're moving right along, man. All right. Flocked card backs, Return of the Living Dead.
All of this is blacklight. So it's flocked like an old blacklight poster, and then the card backs and the figures are painted in black for blacklight. So it's all blacklight.
That's cool, man. Good stuff, dude. Mars Attacks t-shirt.
Mars Attacks, yeah, that's the gum wrapper for the Mars Attacks. But gum wrapper's on yellow, but yellow's hard to wear. So here it is on black. With some
yeah, I'm assuming it was on something that was like bubble gum, or it was 5 cents.
Yeah, this is the bubble gum wrapper. It's great artwork, though.
Oh, it's beautiful. It transitions really nice to the black. I like the way it looks. It looks good.
Yep.
All right, we're getting there. We're almost done here, man. Well, I say so.
You say so. This is like
right.
Well, this is like it's Power
Rangers.
Power Rangers, and the idea was like, if you were playing an old video game,
like NES 8-bit, something like that.
Yeah, I think they're more like 16-bit.
16-bit.
Yeah, it's like what would it be? And so here you go.
Yeah, it's good, man.
It's really
all this will be available at the show. You can pick all this up at the show.
Yeah, we always have a wall of shirts. I mean, there's a whole group of people that show up to the booth every year that they've never bought a toy from us ever. They come and buy 5-10 t-shirts at a time.
Wow.
Like they only know us as the t-shirt company.
Well, you make nice t-shirts. I like the
try.
tag at the bottom. Speaking of that, we'll in another interview, another time, we'll get into the tags and on the back of the shirt and all. And we got some time for that. All right. Lord Zed, this is now. So the Power Rangers license. How far? What are we doing? What's going on? Just real quick. I know real quick.
Real quick, I mean, we're working on some stuff. There's some really cool stuff coming out a little bit later this year that I'm not supposed to talk about yet.
Okay.
And there's uh, Playmates has a whole bunch of stuff coming, so we're finding our footing between what they want to make and what we're making and different stuff. But yeah, this is Lord Zed in glow in the dark with green accents. It works really well with the gold, kind of pulling some color inspiration off the logo right there with sort of that yellowy to green fade with the gold sort of orange accent in the lightning bolt. And yeah.
All right. So stay tuned.
You can't go wrong with glow in the dark.
Yeah, I think everybody, they love that stuff, man. People love it. I mean,
because it's awesome.
It is. Well, I mean,
all right. So now that we know you're a glow hater, that's all right.
Well, hold on. Don't make me get more stuff. Let's just don't do that. All right. Let's not do it. So this world tour t-shirt, because I was looking at this earlier.
Yes.
The on the back, is this from an actual the live show like tour from '85 when she was like they had like the live action stuff, or is this something you guys made up on the back? Because I don't know. I'm curious.
I'm willing to bet that where my team went on that was that it is probably the live action thing. I can't say specifics. I feel bad that I don't know. I sort of I approved it. I looked at it. I looked at the aesthetic because we went through a couple different iteratives of how it looked. The actual bits of what cities it was in the order, I did not specifically get into the weeds about what it was, but knowing my team, there's a reason for everything.
Right. And I just had to be the guy to ask that.
Yeah, you had to make me look bad, but that's all right.
Well, I mean, that's
but last year we did a Misfits tour shirt and it went crazy. So here's Jen.
All right. Yeah, it's coming. So
yep. The
now here we've got Atom Bomb.
Atom Bomb. This is the Japanese Bukimakun. So this is what Garbage Pail Kids were in Japan.
Okay. It's interesting. It's very interesting. We'll have
very hard as hell to get Japanese.
I mean, I've never seen a Garbage Pail. I didn't even know they even made them in Japan. Prints.
They did, but they're stupid hard to get.
All right. Super rare.
Yes.
Super rare. All right. So where are we here? We're going right around 10. We're almost there.
Around the horn. Coming around
almost there. I like the vintage packaging here for this reaction figure.
Yeah, it's the 40th anniversary of Voltron with that particular sculpt. We haven't, that was, the first colorway we ever made of that particular figure years and years and years ago. It's been out of print for, I don't know, 6-7 years, something crazy. Mm-hmm. And so for the 40th anniversary, we brought it back, but we put it in, homage packaging to the original edition.
Yeah, it looks great.
He's got the 40th.
Definitely a pickup.
What's that?
Definitely a good pickup right here. That's yeah, this is whoever. I mean, obviously your whole team's fantastic. It's the small attention to details. And also to keep up with the calendar, to know when is what's happening. That way you're on top of things for the fans. It just looks great, man. Good job on that. This right here, you're going to be in trouble for this.
Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble for this.
Yeah, because if this is only going to be something like we're just doing this because SDCC, if you don't bring all of the Dinobots in this box, which is probably not going to happen, right? I mean, I don't know, man.
That G1 packaging, like the same thing, it started actually with Unicron, where we're like, what if we did Unicron in G1 packaging? Because you never got it.
I don't remember that. Yeah. Looks good.
Well, they didn't make it. So we're like, what would it be if it was G1 packaging? And then we're like, oh, we got to do Grimlock too, because Grimlock's the best of the Dinobots. I'll fight anybody that says otherwise.
That's him for sure. Yeah, or you, whatever. But that's definitely. I'm telling you, you've started something with this, and if you don't finish it, you're gonna.
All right.
I mean, think about this. If I buy this, if I have both these on my shelf, and I don't have the rest in this packaging, they're just on card backs. Because remember, Transformers came in a box.
I'm well aware.
I mean, you're gonna have to. You gotta. All right. You know what? It's cool. We're blessed to be even getting this stuff. Appreciate it. This is great.
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth.
We'll see what happens in the future. We'll see what happens in the future.
All right. So you're telling me there's a chance.
I'm telling you there's a chance. You can.
All right. Cool. All right. Stay tuned. And then, of course, Blaster. Yeah.
Blaster.
I've got a couple of them over there. I got one in the box over there.
Yeah. We've actually done the shirt before as Soundwave and, and it was super popular. So it's like, let's recolor it just like, the toy and make it into Blaster. Not Soundwave, but
yeah. This is cool, man. This is definitely great stuff. I know this stuff's gonna be flying off the shelf. So people, if they don't get a chance to get this right away, don't panic, because if it's shirts, typically, not always.
If the shirts are popular, we'll keep reprinting them. The shirts are not exclusive forever.
All right, cool.
Generally speaking.
Right. All right, and of course, one more time, we'll do the Thundercats. We got Groon.
Yeah.
Groon. If you've watched the episode with him and Jogga going back and forth, where the kids break the seal there, the kitten cat, Kit Kat,
Wily Kit, Wily Cat,
Wily Kit and Wily Cat.
Yeah.
Kit Kat.
Well, break me off a piece of that.
You need to get this for sure.
Yeah. You break off a piece of that right there, broken in half.
Right. Look at that. It looks fantastic. So it's got a translucent sword with it. So Jogga can hold that. I love how you just put stuff in for other, you've always done that. It's great. Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
This though, man, I know we went over this a little while ago, but before we go, real quick, just to push this harder, because this is my thing.
Yeah.
I'm rocking the shirt. I'm so happy you made this. This is gonna sound like I'm just like all over you, man, just gushing. But honestly, you have some great products. This is, for me, we didn't even touch on the Michelangelo stuff like we discussed earlier. The Mikey's Pizza, the van, the repaint. I mean, just amazing stuff. And it's not enough time, but this right here for me is, what did they say? Creme de la creme. I don't know. This is fantastic.
We're always striving to be better than before.
Yeah. I don't know how you beat this though, man. And these are renders, right? These are renders. These aren't the actual.
Those are renders. Yeah.
Okay. Now we are close to getting these though, right?
Yeah. They're going to be, they're like 3 or 4 weeks late for San Diego. So you'll be able to buy them and then we ship them to you.
All right. So for everyone who doesn't know, real quick, and I know Brian's got to go. He's been very patient with me, but this is new stuff. So you'll push the head down, the eyes will light up, correct?
Correct.
So this is the old school. For those who don't know, there's a ring that typically you would press onto the back and his eyes
there you go
would light up. That technology, I mean, this was old school stuff. And the fact that you brought it back in an Ultimates figure, I don't know what that leads to. That could lead to a lot of dangerous things, man. We could be spending a lot of money. It's so cool. But yeah, Brian, I appreciate this, man. Thank you for coming on, for showing this stuff, with going over it with me. And
you also spent the time. You just spent 2+ hours with me talking about this stuff. That's very generous of you as well.
Well, yeah, I love it. I love it. So anyway, thank you for taking the time. No problem from on my end. I appreciate it, man. This will be 2 parts, obviously. So, I mean, it's a lot
Part
to it.
1, part 2.
Part 1, part 2, yeah. But anyways, everybody make sure you like it, subscribe, check me out. Make sure you guys go give Super7 a follow on Instagram. Check them out on their they have a webpage. I'll put everything down below. Obviously, most people know who you are and your team, but hey, I can still spread love.
Yeah, if, you know, at Super7 at most socials, and Facebook and all that, and yeah, check it out.
Yeah, so big week coming up, man. Congratulations!
Yeah,
on
I
all
mean,
the
I'm so excited. Like San Diego, like I said, I realize for everybody else, it's like this big, like, what are they making? What are they doing? But it's also this time where this will be our 20th San Diego Comic-Con that we've set up at. And there are so many people that I've gotten to know over the years. I see them once a year at San Diego. I've seen their kids grow up, go to college. Like, you know, like it's so much fun to be there. There's not a single unhappy person in that place. And so it's it's a great time. So I'm really looking forward to all that, you know, because, you know, I love all this stuff, but sharing it with people is just as much, if not more fun.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Definitely discussing it, talking about it, showing stuff off and sharing it with everyone is definitely the way to go. Some people want to hold on to what they have and keep it to themselves, or that's their business, that's their prerogative. They want to do that, it's fine. But like I'm like you, I enjoy talking about it, you know, seeing the excitement from someone else, what they've, you know, acquired or what they want, you know, and the excitement behind it all. It's just, and not just SDCC, everything in general, you know, the things that bring you some joy. So I appreciate your time, Brian. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. Super7, to all of you who work there, thank you for everything. All of you are fantastic. The few of you who I met at Joe Fest, thank you for treating me the way you did. Appreciate everything. And, you know, all the socials, you guys keep it up at the stores, in the warehouse, everyone doing designing and packaging, everyone who's handling stuff overseas. Thank you for everything you do, and look forward to more things coming in the future. And Brian, hopefully you and I can get together, do a little something soon.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah, man. Talk to y'all soon. Take care.